We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Los Angeles Rams. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
His first carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Come on, QB, come on. 26 mark.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Here comes Webster.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
The ball carrier.
A tough run there for Cam Akers, rookie out of Florida State. And while he has some experience in that while in college, remember the Rams' offensive line was inconsistent last year too. They're trying to get better. But while he was in college, oftentimes he would hesitate maybe a little bit too long behind the line of scrimmage, looking for the big run. Here in the NFL, put your foot in the ground, get your shoulders down, and get what you can.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And a Rams 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
He's across midfield.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away.
Greg Stroman back deep for Washington.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Hines. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down and then some, 36 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Now Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, here's Love. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Washington, first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal.
59, mark, 59, mark. Check, 59.
Now Haskins to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Gong. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Henderson. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here.
With this Washington 6. Rams nothing.
A shotgun snap for Gong. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down. Akers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brought down at the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Now it's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Washington.
Couple of second-year guys, Haskins to McLaurin for a Washington first down. On first down, it's Hines. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And 8 at the 18-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff launching one for Henderson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. This one completes to Kelvin Harmon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Washington.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Hines. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams will get it at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Going up top for Kupp. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
8-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 43-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 3-yard pick.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And able to find Higbee. It's complete.
Goff's pass.
Up until the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is Tyler Higbee, you might have got some blank stares back. But down the stretch, only Julio Jones and Michael Thomas had more targets in the final month of the 2019 season. A breakout year for Tyler Higbee. He expects to continue those types of numbers and beyond going forward.
It's a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. From the gun, here's Goff. The quick slant caught. And he's brought down. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp.
Los Angeles.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
The ball carrier.
Cam Akers, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Extra point.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Return. Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 24, Haskins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run again with Hines. And some space here. Touchdown, Washington. Nyheim Hines. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Webster on the return. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again here with Akers. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
48-yard line.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
A gain of 7. And the Rams first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Taken down at the
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Mike, check, 59.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. That one is slant to McLaurin. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. If you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 16 yards, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Goff. That'll be caught by Cup and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, a give to Henderson. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
At the 16-yard line.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. now Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Henderson.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on first down. Akers. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
26 mark, 26 mark. You got nothing left. You got nothing.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington. Kelvin Harmon with 7 seconds remaining. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And what an effort on the final play play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
2nd and 10. Goff going to give this one to Henderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield, go after the end zone. Right now, might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down
from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Akers. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied.
Let's give him a show.
Now Goff on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. They'll run here with Akers. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Again, it'll be Akers. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
A 22-yard attempt.
And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and that changes everything here in OT. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Leonard Floyd able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's going to go down again. Leonard Floyd getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
On the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Oh, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
With the score.
So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We overtime that because quarter, and if no one scores or however if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew.